In this week's portion, Parshat Vayishlach, Jacob is preparing to meet his brother Esau, whom he hasn't seen for 34 years. You see, all those years ago, Jacob has stolen the blessings that Isaac, his father, has intended to bestow upon Esau. Esau promised to revenge and to kill his brother when he see fit. Now that Jacob is returning with his 4 wives and 11 children, he's preparing to meet his brother, who's coming towards him with an army of 400 mercenaries. When they finally meet, Esau, instead of waging war, runs towards him. Vayaratz likato. He runs towards him. He hugs him, embraces him. He kisses him. Vayichapkeu, vayishakeu. Mi lecha po. Who are these to you? And Jacob responds, these are the children that God has given to your servant. Why did Esau's heart melt? Was he scared to wage war in front of little children? Did he feel bad for the family? Why would he tell all the mercenaries who were hired to fight a war? In order to understand the story, we have to go back. Isaac and Rebekah had 2 sons, Esau and Jacob. And Isaac loved Esau, Rebekah loved Jacob. Isaac intends to give blessings to Esau, and he tells him to bring some food and prepare delicacies for him. Rebekah overhears the conversation. She tells Jacob to do the same. She dresses him as if he is his brother. When he comes into his father, the father is confused and he says, Hakol kol Yaakov vayadayim yedei Esav. The voice is the voice of Jacob, but the hands are the hands of Esau. Confused, but he still gives the blessings to Jacob. When Esau finally comes and discovers what had happened, he cries to his father and he says, Habracha chat. Do you have only one blessing? So Isaac gives him a blessing as well. The questions that arise from this story is number 1. Why did Isaac tell Esau to prepare food in order to receive blessings? Couldn't he just bless them, just like Moses did and Jacob did later on in his life? Number 2, is there value to blessings that were taken without the consent of those who gave them? What was the worth of the blessings that Jacob took? And question number 3, did Isaac end up agreeing to the judgment of Rebekah that Jacob was the rightful son to receive those blessings? In order to answer these questions, let's look at a few verses before chapter 27 and continue into 9 verses to chapter 28. Before Isaac commands Esau to bring him food for blessings, it tells us that Esau married 2 women, Machalat and Yehudit, from the daughters of Chet. And it says, Vatiena morat ruach liyitzchak u'lerivka. And they were a source of great spiritual rebellion to Isaac and to Rebekah. Rashi explains this because they were pagans and they worshipped idols. And Isaac was trying to motivate Esau to use his passion for positive things, to do a mitzvah, to honor his father, and then he would give him the blessings. And maybe the blessings will motivate Esau to follow the right path. But Rebekah knows that that's not enough. She understands that Esau and the family that he's building, by being married to Machalat and Yehudit, who are worshipping idols, that's not going to be the family that will perpetuate the values that they held so dear. So she tells Jacob to take the blessings instead. After the blessings have been taken, Rebekah warns Jacob to run away because Esau intends to kill him. But Jacob doesn't go anywhere. Only when Isaac commands Jacob to go away, because Rebekah had told him that he should not marry a woman from the daughters of Chet, just like Esau did, only then Jacob listens and he leaves. Now, why does Jacob listen to his father but not to his mother in this case? If you look carefully at the verses, when Isaac commands Jacob to leave, he says, Vayivarech oto vayitzaveu. He blessed him, but he commanded him. Only if you go to the family of Lavan and marry one of his daughters, only then you might still be in contention for the blessings. And when Esau sees how important it is to his father, the type of family that he builds, he takes a new wife, Machalat bat Ishmael bat Avraham. He marries the granddaughter of Abraham, trying to rectify the bad family he has started. You know, as children, they played together, but as years pass, the gap has grown wider and wider. And after 34 years, they're standing across from each other, but they're not only looking at each other, they're looking inside themselves. Esau realizes that he's a warlord, standing with mercenaries ready to kill his own brother. But his brother is standing with his family and children. And those wives and children reminded him of the family that he grew up in. When he looks at Jacob and Rachel and Leah, he sees Isaac and Rebekah. He remembers Abraham and Sarah, because that's who they were. At that point in time, Esau understands that Jacob deserved the blessing. That deal that Isaac made, that Jacob will receive, the blessings only if he builds a proper family, has come true. Jacob has lived up to the dream. Blessings are not just about getting them. It's about earning them. It's about living up to what they mean. In order to maintain a strong empire, you need a strong army. But to maintain a culture, you need a strong family. That is the eternal Jewish family that Jacob has built.